Hello, everyone. This is Amy Yasmin coming in with a Trender report. We have here with us today to talk to us about live streaming, and of course, no better than Kenneth Tan, who is the CEO of BeLive Technologies. Now, Kenneth, thank you so much for coming and doing this with us. This video and audio recording to go through about the evolving landscape of, especially with live streaming coming into our current, I guess, e-commerce climate.
Yeah, thanks so much, Amy, for having me. Great pleasure to be here. We've been proud partners of ZALORA since early this year, and I'm super excited to contribute. And, just share my thoughts and hear yours as well, if possible, about the live streaming landscape in Southeast Asia. Yeah.
I'm not really a live streaming person because I'm very camera shy.
How about consumer wise? Do you actually watch live streams?
I do actually, yeah, I do. Because I mean, I'm a fashion girl, right? So, and then now with Fashion Week that's happening, I do watch a lot of those, shows that's happening as well. And yeah, I think I just want to. I think it's because I'm a more visual person as opposed to like texty. So I'm more of like I get attracted by these.
So it really works for you?
Yeah, it does. And I
Right,
spend like
right, right.
hours on it.
Fantastic,
It's probably
fantastic.
yeah. It's really bad on for me personally because I get like zero things done. My productivity level is just like
So relatable, so relatable. But yeah, I
yeah,
think you're the
so
perfect consumer. I
relatable.
mean, it's visual, it's very visual, right? So
Now, having said that, in Southeast Asia, it's kind of like in a mindset of a heightened digitization. And I guess you can say that it's being split further by, COVID-19. Now, as society kind of like flits in and out of restrictions, how do you think social commerce?
right. So COVID-19 has deprived the world of many experiences with the lack of real life bond creation. It's very pronounced, the most pronounced of them all. Right? We can't create bonds in real life. Social commerce has kind of provided a welcome anchor of sorts, helping drive authenticity and community interaction. So that's very important because online trust is one of the major reasons why consumers buy from platforms. And community interaction and authenticity is, of course, a huge driver of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess with that said as well, like community interaction, like what you mentioned, the fact that everyone is trying to kind of communicate a little bit better, given the fact that now then and now we can't really like, interact with anyone in the physical world. How do you think content is important as a marketing tool?
The content is king, right? I think we've been hearing this repeated endlessly by marketers, and whoever gets the chance to say it, content is king. I like to believe that I'm extra invested into, as I mentioned, authenticity of the content, right? Because this actually leads to higher engagement rates. Better engaged audiences then translates to better conversion rates as well, right? So, yeah, I do think that as a marketing tool, there's no way to escape content creation, be it directly or indirectly via third-party sources. But the next challenge is how do you stand out in a sea of content, right? To make it more authentic. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I love that you mentioned authenticity. I think that's like one of the key things when it comes to, content marketing or even like content shopping, shoppertainment, right? Do you think that now empathy and storytelling has become like the new currency?
Yeah, so it is effective for empathy and storytelling, but only if it's done well. Right? Most content creators, they try and weave product shoutouts into stories. Works pretty well, as I mentioned, only if done well. So in fact, from my perspective, it's incredibly refreshing to see a content creator unabashedly promoting a product on live stream, right? They know they're being paid for it and they promote it with such vigor and such, I keep using the word authenticity, but that's just being real about it. Say, hey, I really love this product. This guy's paid me for it, sure, but I use it and it works. Look at it, it works. I'm going to demonstrate it before and after. There you go, buy it. Tap on the shop button, buy it. So it's really refreshing, and I believe that's why live streaming is taking off all over the world as well.
Yeah, especially now because like I don't know about how it is in Singapore, but here in Malaysia, we have seen a lot of like small businesses, just kind of sharing their own personal stories. And for me as a consumer, and I'm a sucker with these things. Like if someone says, "Oh, I've been, doing this out of my home kitchen, like a 5 by 5, I don't know, little kitchen," and I'm like, "Oh
Indeed,
no,
yeah,
take all
yeah,
my money."
yeah. You have to support, right? Support the underdogs, right? So yeah, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, but the thing is that not all retailers have this sort of storytelling, right? But how can they bank
Yeah,
on
yeah.
empathy to kind of like better pique the interest of their intended target audience, like across the board?
Right. So, I mean, I like to plug our own solutions, right? As a live streaming company and our other contemporaries in the space as well. But it doesn't necessarily have to be your own branded website, live streaming or platform. You can just as an experiment, go onto Facebook Live, start a live stream as a smaller brand or retailer and see if it works, right? You might even get someone in your business unit, who's really good at speaking, or someone from the marketing team as well. It doesn't have to be KOL. Just start engaging with your customers direct, right? So the macro trend here is direct to consumer, right? Everybody's, loving the fact that you can go direct, own the data and, control the messaging, right? Without going through agencies. So just directly try a live stream, connect and empathize and be real, acknowledge your product shortcomings if they are being highlighted, right, by the commenters. And this will gain you a surprising amount of traction. Yeah, we've seen that countless times amongst our customers. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess in a way it kind of like, I don't know. Back then it felt like as if it was like very Kim Kardashian kind of consumer, all the Kylie Jenners and like the Chrissy Teigens and all of that, where it's everything is kind of, I mean, sorry to say this, but it felt a bit superficial, right? But then now that we had this sense of like internal, like retrospection, that kind of thing, and we're emerging out of this pandemic feeling a little bit more concerned and conscious and about so many things. But at the same time, what does this say about the current consumer behavior online from your perspective?
Right. I think we're all just desperately trying to reach out to something that feels real. Yeah. I mean, even now we're communicating every day through Zoom with our friends, our loved ones, our colleagues. Uh, that feels very contrived most of the time. You have to on purpose schedule a meeting to speak to someone. And if you look at it, it's been translated directly to how people purchase online as well. They rely a lot on, their friends or word of mouth, right? So curated videos, like even TikTok and, or Douyin, like the equivalent, right? They're really well produced as well, but they follow templates and some production shoutouts are weaved in here and there. Just doesn't connect as much as you mentioned absolutely correctly, Amy. Right? It's about getting a voice that you know, or they appear to know you as well. And that's what live video does, right? Because the streamer says your name. And in China, right, the streamers actually remember their loyal fan base by name. And every single stream, they will say, "Hey, Amy, welcome back. I noticed you weren't there for my stream last night. Did anything happen? I heard that you got married recently." For example, they actually remember, and it's so amazing to me. And that's why yeah, yeah. If you watch a stream on, let's say, Taobao Live, right, these guys, they really, really treasure the audience, right? And that's the kind of bond creation that I feel is desperately needed. Yeah, especially in these times. Yeah,
Right, right. I think also it it feels like a Twitch, the gaming
yeah,
platform.
yeah, exactly.
It feels like as if it's that kind of interaction.
Yes, yes, it is.
That's really amazing. Now, going back to what you mentioned about products, we all know that beauty, I think, has
Yeah,
the biggest chance to kind of capitalize on this live streaming audience, but also because we've probably seen it for quite some time. I mean, I used to go on YouTube and check out all these beauty tutorials, and there'll be like product swatches and all these different things. So it's kind of like an extension or an evolution of that.
yeah.
But when we look at other product categories across the board, right? How does that translate for different products, like fashion, for example? Would it do better, or like home appliances? Does do home appliances
Yeah.
or like a vacuum cleaner, for example, have a future on live streaming like that?
Yeah, so it's funny you mentioned vacuum cleaner because that's the thing I always used to accurately demonstrate the power of demonstratable products, right? So we go back to your question, apparel, right? So fashion apparel is actually one of the largest segments for live stream commerce in China. Mokujie is a platform in China that's focused only on the apparel product category, and they've built $1 billion business, right? So just live streamers going on Mokujie and saying like, hey, this black jacket fits really well with me. I'm 6 foot or whatever it is, right? So if you buy it, you look like me, and I can demonstrate to you right now, right? So that's, as I mentioned, highly demonstrable products perform really well. Yeah.
What about pieces that are a little bit more, you require a sense of physical touch, like
Yeah.
jewelry, for example.
Right.
Jewelry I
Right.
find very interesting because, we used to just go into the jewelry store. You have to look at the clarity. Imagine having to go and buy a diamond ring
On yeah.
online.
Yeah.
Usually you have to go
Right.
and,
Right.
yeah, all the 5Ks, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Sorry, the 5Cs, not the
that's
5Ks. Evidently, I'm not married yet, so.
um, surprisingly interesting category that performs very well. High ticket, low volume items, right? Like luxury. So you talk about jewelry and timepieces. So what we've seen our customers do, and also use cases in China as well, they have invitation only platforms for buyers of luxury products, and they give personal guided live stream tours, right? So you're right. There's actually still some friction unless brand prestige and brand recognition is strong there. Like if you're shopping at De Beers or Tiffany's, for example, that's fine, right? But if it's like a up and coming new jewelry brand, they will launch invitation platforms, and then you can order a try on directly on the live stream. So when you order a try on, they will provide white glove services and go straight to your house and your condo, whatever it is, and give you a real time in store retail experience. And if you want it, you buy it. If not, no worries. You're still a valued customer. I have your mailing list. I know what you look like. I know your spending power. So I have your address. So yeah, I think that's the way that they've been doing it. Our customers have been doing it. And surprisingly, I've seen streams that one of our customers sold 5 watches that were worth over 100K US in a single stream, right? And that was only with a stream of 30 people. Yeah, yeah, 30 people, right? So, but of course, all of them was in the mailing list. And because of the pent up frustration due to COVID, right? They can't shop. They just want to spend money on something that, makes them feel special, right? So why not live stream?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, going back to, the whole platform itself, I think one of the greatest misconceptions about live streaming is, of course, the level of investments that are required in order to just kind of fully benefit all of the features, especially for like SMEs. And I know we've had this conversation before as well, about it's not necessarily about having the most like the biggest and like the state of the kind of like platforms. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, how would you advise businesses to kind of, stand against all the heavyweight retailers and have their own slice of the pie given the limited resources available?
Right. So I see this actually as a huge opportunity for smaller brands, aspiring influencers or entrepreneurs, right? The playing field is pretty even at the moment outside of China. So there are no superstar live streamers outside of China, if you think about it. There are superstar KOLs, influencers, celebrities, sure. But whatever presence or influence they might have on Instagram or Facebook might not translate as well when you go into live stream because they are really good at caption creation and photo editing or video editing, for example. But live stream requires a certain personality to shine, right? So a heavyweight retailer might be able to hire some of the most prominent KOLs, which would translate into high viewership for a brief period of time. But unless the retailer or KOL is committed to frequent live streams to build loyalty, viewers will just go to the next stream really quickly, right? So the most popular live streamers in China, as I mentioned earlier, Amy, they build their viewer base by religiously live streaming and engaging their audiences. They know their fans by name. And, that's loyalty, right? And most of them support the live streamer on the KOL. They don't support the brand.
That's very interesting, actually. So they support the KOL, the influencer,
Yes,
instead of the brand. So regardless of wherever
exactly.
that influencer goes to, right? Wow.
Yes,
So it's
yes.
kind of like, instead of content, we're looking at a democracy of influencers.
Yeah, that's a good. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, yeah, you're absolutely right. So you're no longer tied to. So if you look at Instagram, right, you have thousands of beauty bloggers, right, and they create similar content, and they're all really well put together. So as a consumer, if you're unable to connect directly to influencer A or influencer F, you'll probably not build any loyalty because they don't respond to you. But think of it this way: if you keep going to a live stream, beauty live streamer stream, right, and he or she remembers you by name and says welcome back, and he keeps doing that and engages you, you feel sort of like a responsibility to be loyal, because no one else does that on internet, right? Nobody responds to Instagram comments or your YouTube comments, but these guys do. So you'll be like, oh my god, I'm going to support him. So he's streaming, sure, let's go in. Oh, he's selling this, sure. If he says it's good, it must be good. Yeah.
It's that level of trust that they have with these
Yes,
people.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, going back into China, because I realize that we have a lot of comparisons with China, but I think the biggest comparison right now, and it's a bit of a shocker for me, and it's something that I also wish I had in my wallet, but there's a recent projection by KPMG in China and Ali Research. 2 trillion, not even billion, we're talking trillion, yeah? 2 trillion renminbi generated from product sales alone. That is insane. That's a crazy amount of number. Now, with that in mind, how does technological infrastructure in Southeast Asia compare to that in China? And do you think we'll ever be able to
Yeah.
reach that benchmark?
Right. So there are two layers here. The first would be market performance, right? Like 2 trillion renminbi is insane, right? Based on our research, we do see very encouraging signs, right? We recently released a white paper we're about to release a white paper for live streaming in Southeast Asia. And we have noted that live streaming e-commerce GMV in Southeast Asia is actually almost 16% of that in China. So it's incredibly encouraging, right? Live streaming is still in infancy, but yet we are almost 10%, 15% there. This can only continue to grow because the live stream ecosystem in China is incredibly mature already, whereas we still have a lot of room to grow. There will be challenges, which I'm sure we'll speak about later. But yeah, that's one layer. The second will be technology and the infrastructure required to support the live stream and to make sure it runs smoothly and it's engaging enough, right? So realistically, performance-wise, a lot of infrastructure providers, including ourselves as well, we tout really high performance benchmarks, right? And it's true, we do hold up. Like we can deliver streams in under 2 seconds, right? Latency, 1 second even, given the right performance conditions. But realistically, this only applies to consumers from metropolitan cities, which have ready access to 4G and 5G. And, these guys have increasingly affordable mobile data plans to choose from, right? So this is rapidly evolving. A lot of, rural cities, for example, in Southeast Asia are still getting affordable data plans very quickly. So in the next 1 or 2 years, we see this changing very quickly. Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess another thing that, kind of sets us apart from China is that this could be a double-edged sword kind of situation. We are a region, that's filled with different cultures, different nationalities, different languages, and I think language is like a huge kind of challenge. A lot of retailers, need to sort of overcome it, even with laws and regulations, right? Now, how can retailers kind of harness the power of live streaming to overcome such challenges?
A highly culturalized, or not localized, but culturalized content approach is perfect for live streaming, we feel, because it depends heavily on speech. The medium, right, live streaming depends heavily on speech, slang, and unique cultural conversational engagement, right, which is difficult to achieve with produced videos, right? For example, a live streamer can communicate really casually, like we are right now, with their fans at length, without the need to filter their language or even to hide their accents to cater to a larger audience, right? So when this mandate to be casual, some agencies and content creators have this mandate, or you try to be casual in your short videos or long videos, and it's very consciously mandated into a campaign. It often feels quite contrived and feels like overcompensating, but it doesn't feel like it when you're actually conversing, right? So that's, we feel live streaming is perfect, especially in Southeast Asia where you can't have one campaign launched in Malaysia, for example, and expect it to work in Thailand. You can't just change the subtitle and make, think it's going to work.
Unless you're a Korean pop star.
That's true. Oh, wait. So on that point, you brought up a good point, Amy. Shopee Live recently, not recently, last year engaged the cast of Running Man to do a Shopee live stream, right? And it actually performed very mediocrely, right? So they had a produced live stream show with the cast of Running Man. I think it was a couple of them just chatting in Korean, and it wasn't subtitled, and the cast were not interacting with the audience at all. So it was like watching a rerun or something, and it was a mediocre, poorly written rerun. Right, so I don't think it's Shopee Live's anything on Shopee Live's doing, right? It's probably agency or the content campaign owner or something like that. But still, even with the broad reach of a Korean pop star, unless you're BTS and you just sing, for example, you're not really harnessing the power of live streaming, yeah. Yeah.
Now, another concern, I think that's stemming from the fact that we are a very multicultural region, is of course the varied payment channels. So, how sophisticated have our financial options have evolved to better complement the social commerce platforms that we have now?
Sure. Specifically speaking again about a domain that I'm more educated in, because I understand the rise of buy now pay later, but I'm not educated enough to make a comment on that. So specifically commenting on live streaming, I see major room for improvement. For example, the checkout and payment process on Facebook Live, on platforms like Facebook Live, they are very tedious and disjointed. It leaves a lot of room for solution providers like Aries Lab in Thailand, Upmesh in Singapore, Shopline in Taiwan to help improve. They run conversational chatbots that trigger upon a certain command in the live stream chat room, and then they ask you how you want to pay, like, be it a bank transfer or a line pay, for example. Then they allow you to screenshot and upload the screenshot, right? But still, you see some disjointment there, right? It's not like a hassle-free end-to-end checkout experience. I see a lot of room for improvements. I mean, it's a product line that potentially might have the ability to evolve, very, very rapidly. Yeah.
It's funny that you brought up buy now, pay now, BNPL, buy now, pay later. Sorry.
Yeah, buy now, pay later.
because because I was just on Shopee and I realized that they had just launched their own Shopee later, pay later on the platform,
really?
and
Okay.
I just decided to just sign up for it. And I found
Oh,
it
yeah,
very
why not, right? I
seamless.
mean, yeah.
The whole setup was very seamless, quite intuitive as well. So
I
that's
see.
something
Should check it
to,
out.
kind of bring up.
I recently went into a Benjamin Barker, right, in Singapore, right? And they had this promotion for buy now, pay later service. So if I sign up, they give me like $50 off or something, which is huge. So I did that and it took me 2 minutes. And it was so smooth, as you mentioned, with Shopee later, right? It took me 2 minutes to do that. And I was surprised that I only had to pay a quarter of what I was supposed to pay. So I can see this catching on really quickly.
And it says a lot, I think, about the consumer. I don't know about, I'm not that, kind of an expert in this subject, or especially with like consumer behavior that much. But I do realize that this might indicate how consumers, especially in like, tier 2, tier 3 cities, very fast evolving into well-informed consumers. They know what BNPL is. They know what buy now, pay later is, because,
Mm-hmm.
you have all these Shopee platforms, Lazada, they're adopting it.
Yeah.
Because, if their white consumers don't know
Right.
about it, then there's no
Right.
point for them to do it. That's my opinion.
That's very good insight. Wow. I learned a great deal from this interview actually. Wow. In the business terms, I met I met my ROI. Just kidding, just kidding. But Amy, thanks for sharing this very good insight. Yeah.
No, it's absolutely my pleasure. I mean, this is just me being like a complete geek and also a
It's
shopaholic.
awesome. It's
So
awesome.
I was
Yeah.
just, I wanted to get a new Kindle, to be honest.
Ah, okay. Okay. Okay.
And then I realized that, oh, wow, they had this new thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was
Yeah.
like, clicked on it.
Well,
Interesting.
man, I
And
think,
then one thought led to another, and I'm like, ah.
yeah, I think it's interesting, right? But I can see this being a problem if there's mass adoption. So as I mentioned, I'm not too educated about this, but a lot of consumers adopt this mentality of, oh, okay, I can buy like 10 items at $10,000 and then worry about paying 1K a month. It's quickly going to pile up, right? So, yeah, but anyway, really off topic, right? So I probably have to look into it. I'm sure there's some, policies or features that are set up to remind and make sure we're all financially responsible. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
definitely. But
Hmm.
it adds value to the
Yeah,
whole
for sure.
I think discussion as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now going back to live streaming,
Yeah.
I think having said this with the consumers and everything in mind, they're evolving. But how can live streaming also evolve at the same time? Where do you see the role of it going into the future?
Right. So I go back to the theme of the world being permeated by very well produced and heavily edited content, right? Even so, TikTok and Douyin is great, right? In fact, I watch Douyin every single day, and it's really great content being created, entrepreneurial content, and you'll be surprised at the wealth of content. But still, it's really heavily edited. Right? So to stand out, it's incredibly difficult. And live stream, so Instagram as well, right? Images are really well curated and produced, and captions are well thought out by a team of people, right? Live streaming video occupies the extreme opposite. It's very often unfiltered, authentic, and unpolished. Yeah. So you make mistakes and customers and viewers embrace them. They often celebrate the unscripted moments. And, this layer of realness, right, creates an emotional bridge between the KOLs, the businesses, and the creators and the customers, right? So we feel that, the adoption of live streaming video is inevitable. It is forcibly accelerated by the world's largest telecommuting experiment, COVID-19, right? So live video, as I mentioned at the start of the call, is very difficult to replace the bonds we create in real life. But the advancement of live video technology is attempting to create experiences that come very, very close. So that's why that's the role we see live streaming, video, uh, playing the future of, even after the pandemic.
Yeah. Do you think we'll get a holographic kind of feature at some point? Because Back to the Future lied to me. That film lied to me. I thought we were going to be getting it by 2020. That was a lie.
There is but there are virtual concerts in Japan, China, and Korea that features anime idols, dancing and singing, and they are holographs. So you can actually see them. Like people actually buy tickets to see them, and they chant their names and stuff like that. I think you've heard of them as well, right? So in live stream video, there's like a trend of technology. I need to grab the name for you of the particular name of the technology. But what it does is simple. It replaces your face with an anime character's face, and you basically you become a voice actor, right? And you speak to the audience in character, right? And that's it's so surreal, right? People actually become fans of the character. Then the character responds to you. Like imagine if you're speaking to I don't know, Bart Simpson or something in live stream, and he responds to you in real time. It's happening right now in Japan and of course in China as well. And I have so much, wonder every single day, like looking at where this technology can bring us. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely as well. I guess that just goes to show, the possibilities at this point are quite endless for live streaming, and there's always room for improvement. There's always room for innovation. But I think what's quite certain is that live streaming is here to stay.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Yeah. Well, we are kind of like in a new world now, so to speak, and
Yeah.
with that, I have to thank you for coming online and having this wonderful chat.
Thanks so much,
I
Amy.
just want to
Thanks
kind
so
of
much
like
for
go
having me.
back to what you said about live streaming, because I'm a huge
Sure.
F1 fan, and this thought just kind of like randomly hit into my
Okay.
head. And
Okay.
like you can see the huge disparity between the old F1 drivers. I mean, not old, but they're like the more, the veteran ones, like
Veterans.
Sebastian
Yeah.
Vettel and Kimi Raikkonen, right?
Yeah.
And then you see the new guards like Lando Norris and George Russell and Charles Leclerc.
Right.
And they call themselves the Twitch Quartet.
Oh,
In F1,
wow. I didn't know
they're
that.
known as
Okay.
the Twitch Quartet
Okay.
because they do, and they have amazing, insane followers. And
Okay.
they're the
On
ones
Twitch.
who respond to their followers on Twitch. They play games on Twitch, and then of course you don't get that with Kimi Raikkonen or Sebastian Vettel, but with
Yeah,
these
for sure,
guys,
for sure.
they're getting so much traction, so much.
Right. Well, that's something that I didn't know this, right? I'm going to, again, put this on a note and check it out later. But I can imagine this working, right? Superstars like them, you never expect them to play games with you, right? And they probably just cast on live stream and they say, hey, whatever, right? I just died and you guys must be distracting me or something. I can imagine that kind of interaction happening. It's funny, right? And you'd be like, oh, I know as a racer now, I know as a gamer, and maybe my friend or something like that, right? So that's wow, that's cool. That's super cool.
Yeah. So there we go. That's the future of live streaming, not just for retail, but also for F1. So that applies to all sorts of so many things.
Sorry, last thoughts to add, if you don't mind. Like, we were actually looking at how live stream was affecting the telehealth industry as well. People actually consult doctors on live stream now, right? And we've seen live stream being used for military missions, preventing the loss of lives with real-time video projected from drones, rescue missions or recon missions or whatever it is. So the applications, as you say, are endless. We have seen customers come to us and say, hey, we want to do virtual showrooms for real estate viewing. Facebook Live, sure, you can do it, but can I get an experience that's more customized and tailored? So yeah, that's you actually spot on, Amy. Endless applications and super exciting.
Yeah, live stream is here to stay, and you better BeLive it.
Sorry, thanks for the plug. Thanks for the plug. Wow.
Oh God, thank you so much, Kenneth. I really have to thank you, really from the bottom of my heart. It was such a great conversation.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it as well. Thanks so much.
Live streaming.
Live streaming.